you're making?
Coconut oil latte. Today we made it with coffee, but it can be made with tea as well.
Yeah, what a week.
Yeah. So, okay, so today's Saturday.
Yeah, today's Saturday.
And
March 21st, 2020.
And on Monday, March 16th, 2020, we heard the news that starting on Tuesday, the 17th, there was going to be a shelter-in-place order for our area. If you're watching this at the time when it comes out, you'll know that there's a coronavirus pandemic going on right now in the world, and our area in the California Bay Area was affected to the point where we're under shelter-in-place orders. And if you're not watching this at the time it comes out, that's what's going on.
So I found out that day that the gym where I work would be closing. I'm a personal trainer. And so I'm in a career or a profession that's very heavily impacted. And I'm fortunate enough that at least for the first 2 weeks I'm getting paid. Beyond that, it's uncertain.
Yeah.
But
So on that Monday I called you a couple of times.
oh yeah, we talked like 3-4 times that day.
'Cause I was just a bit like, not freaked out like in danger, but just freaked out like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
What do we do? Like, what do we need to do?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we wanted to be close to each other. Like, just we're sharing a car right now. And we have one car, so
One car.
So I was gonna come pick Thomas up from work anyway, and it was the last day that the gym was open. So I basically just got the news and then called Thomas, got a little bit more cool and collected, and
Go buy all the sardines.
yeah.
We got literally. I want to actually show this to you.
And you might see our cat Harrison in the background. He's running around right now.
Geneva got sardines for me.
This was one of our calls because I said, they have a bunch. How many should I get? And Thomas, or we were texting.
Yeah.
And
It's
Thomas,
like, I got 24.
I was like, there's more. Should I just get more? Like,
And I was like, yeah, go back and get 40. And so she got 48.
so, okay, so, do we want
I'm
the
gonna put these
sardines?
back.
I went on a few grocery trips that day, just kind of like on my way to the gym to be near Thomas. I just stopped at a grocery outlet, a Sprouts, and a Safeway, and just was one of those people the last day before being ordered in, and like, we're allowed to go to the grocery store. We just knew, okay, as much as we can, we want to just have stuff already. I got to the gym, took one last shower there. They have nice showers at this gym. And then we came home. Was that the night we watched the Dave Chappelle special?
I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah, we watched them. So part of Geneva getting to know me deeply, now that we've been married for about 9 months,
Oh,
I
yeah,
feel
tomorrow.
comfortable. Yeah, tomorrow's our 9-month anniversary.
Hey, basically 9 months today.
Yay. But now I feel comfortable sharing something very close to my heart, and that is Dave Chappelle's hour-long stand-ups.
Yeah, just like really a piece of your soul.
It's just, yeah, So we watched Dave Chappelle and, lifted our spirits a bit because it was pretty intense there.
Yeah, just the uncertainty, I think, and like, I don't think we're really freaking out in the day-to-day, like, are we gonna make it? But it's just kind of like, what do we need to do?
That actually brings up something for me.
Yeah.
Which is this has kind of been a moment of like when life gives you lemons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I've wanted to start an online business for a long time, and now this is like, okay, buddy, well, you have no choice. Like, like we're going to be cooped up at home for 3 weeks, maybe more, maybe 18 months. This thing is going to be going on. And so I've actually been just taking actions to build that. And I've just been amazed with how much actually doing the things that I've been thinking about doing has made a difference. Like already people are reaching out saying, hey, I'm struggling with this in my fitness and my health. Like it's starting to move. And so it's just like, on the one hand, it's like, okay, this is really a dark time. And on the other hand, there's this opportunity to create what's next, because things are never going to be bleak forever.
Yeah.
So.
Another big opportunity that was present immediately for us was like, wow, when else in life, unless you like build everything around it, but when else would it kind of just be handed to you to have 3 weeks at home with your family? When would that ever just be handed to you or handed to everybody all at once? Like, and it's like really wild, I think, that it's happening, but and it's like not under the not under the circumstances we would have wanted it to be under. And I do think that's like a silver lining opportunity. That's something we saw right away too.
We're big on these silver linings to keep our focus on.
Oh yeah. And for me, my sanity, like I need to know something productive is happening, even if other stuff feels like it's going to hell. Otherwise, like I just don't want to play anymore. And so I think that brings us to like the time we've been spending at home. And so Tuesday we created a sort of template schedule that we were thinking of using. Another opportunity, we were like, how would we want our daily life to look if we had like free reign over it, which we do right now. That was cool. That was nice. That felt like really getting to use the opportunity of the time away from everything else.
We're taking ownership of this time rather than having it being something that's happening to us. We're taking it as like, okay, no, this is what's happened, and how can we create it as something great and as an opportunity to get closer and to forward what we want to accomplish. And
I think I should
yeah, I know, it's like, this is much better.
And then Wednesday. And I think starting Wednesday, this whole thing became more challenging for me. On Wednesday morning, I got a call from my manager, who's somebody that I worked for full-time for just under 2.5 years, and then somebody I've been working for part-time remote for the past 2-3 months or so. They called me on Wednesday morning. Sorry, cat fight outside. They called me on Wednesday morning and they told me that unfortunately they weren't going to have any further hours for me until further notice. I kind of want to find out what it is. so I got laid off on Wednesday morning. And it's like, on the one hand, I completely understand. That's what this company needs to do to be responsible right now. There's so much uncertainty, and like, I have no problem with any of that. On the other hand, it just emotionally was this blow of like, hey, the one thing you thought you could count on doing and earning a little bit of money from during this time, you're not going to do. So, so I was pretty mopey that day. I needed to just take some time, watch some of The Office, like, hang out on the couch for a while.
Yeah. We gave Geneva some space on that day.
Yeah, and the day after that was much better on that front. And it just took some time to just really get with that new layer of the situation.
Mm-hmm. And Thursday,
around the afternoon, we were kind of like, hey, we haven't seen Sophie very much. Where's Sophie? And
so in the midst of all this other stuff that's going on, it's like
our cat Sophie, who we have 2 cats and we love them both, and Sophie is just the cat who is so cuddly and so sweet, and just like will lick your fingers, will give Harrison baths, like she will just sit in amongst your feet while you're trying to cook in the kitchen. If you're like sitting on the couch watching TV or reading something, she'll like curl up on your lap. If you're eating something, she'll come sit on your lap. Like, she's just like...
If you're sleeping, she'll climb under the blankets of the bed and like find a little like
next to you.
purr. You just like hear her little purring body in the crook of your armpit, just like curled up there.
Yeah, so...
Oh, gosh, and she'll slobber. She slobbers on the blankets, so you'll like... Later, you'll lift up the blanket, and there's a little pool of moisture where she's been sleeping. You can literally feel it coming out onto your skin. Like
Yeah, so...
She's just the most adorable little cat. And she apparently gave birth to kittens at a very young age. She like has a gnarled tail. Like, we joke that she's from the streets. Like, she's seen some stuff, you know.
Our hope is that she'll come back. We just have not seen her. And we're pretty worried. We're pretty concerned and upset at times.
Yeah, we live in an area where there are mountain lions.
Yeah.
And there's hawks, and it's also been really stormy again, as Geneva said, so we just don't know.
I don't really know what a human can do to physically find a cat if a cat is gone or missing. But we took a walk around the property just to start looking. And it was actually really sweet because Harrison came with us the whole way. And we went on a big loop around the property.
It was probably a 1.5 mile walk, and Harrison came with us the entire time, like
trotting along.
Not like disappeared and then came back, but like
no.
He was a part of our troop.
Yeah, so I felt a lot better actually. Like, my hope is that he would be able to tell she was there more easily than we would, and would be able to alert us to something. So
it almost seems like he knows what's going on.
He's been around us more. So I personally feel like things are just kind of building. Like, it was like, there's this impending pandemic, like, what's gonna happen? And then it's like, okay, businesses are closed from this pandemic and you're gonna have to stay at home. Okay, like, you're no longer gonna work the job you thought you had during this time. Okay, your cat's gone. Okay.
By the way, the stock market is fluctuating like crazy.
Yeah. So, and not like, we really are all right.
Yeah.
Like, when it comes down to it. And I just think, like, I guess it's mostly on an emotional level, and just what I see I'm gonna need to do and we're gonna need to do to keep with it, keep being present, keep being empowered, and keep rolling no matter what happens next. Is just kind of taking these different things in stride.
Mm-hmm. And that's part of what this video is. Each week we're going to be posting a video completing our past week to kind of give us a chance to talk about it, but also more importantly to share with you, you know, just to keep us all connected in this time, because we're all dealing with different things, all dealing with, you know, whatever we're dealing with, you know, we don't have the worst of it.
No. Yeah. Yeah, and here we are with what we do have.
And it's really amazing. Like on the other hand, it's like Geneva said earlier, we have 3 weeks together. Like we've watched more TV together than I don't watch TV. Like people who know me and know this. Like I live under a rock when it comes to a movie. Like 1 out of 10 movies that you ask me, hey, have you seen The Shining? And I'm like, no. You know.
Shrek.
Have you seen Shrek? I saw Shrek for the first time like 3 days ago.
Yeah, we watched Shrek.
And so, but we've been watching all these movies and like we're building these businesses and, you know, we're getting really close and just really taking care of our home. And, but yeah, I think it's really important for us. Like one of the biggest things has been we're in constant communication with one another. So when there's something that I'm dealing with or something that she's dealing with, we say it to the other person. And like that's one of the biggest things I think the gift of marriage has been for me, for us, is being able to say whatever it is and not have to be cold and stoic about it, but be able to just say it, get it out on the mat, get it complete, get it out of the space so that we can create whatever's next. That's something we're both really committed to, is rather than having things happen to us and having the experience of like, oh my gosh, you know, the circumstances are like weighing us down. It's us creating our life. And that's just what we do.
And it's becoming very obvious when one or both of us isn't like letting go of things or or sharing things.
yeah, we'll be driving. It's like driving along, and then one car just kind of like drops away, and then you got to kind of stop, turn around, come back. Okay, powwow, and then keep going.
Yeah.
Like together.
So Friday was yesterday. We chose yesterday to be a shopping day. So we went into town and found a new grocery store that we're really psyched about. We went to Food Max for the first time. That is the place that I have seen in the last few weeks or 3 weeks that has had the best selection of different items. That is the place we actually found toilet paper. That's a huge win. And we didn't buy more than our share, and we didn't buy more than the ow.
Oh.
Sorry, I just sometimes when I lean on my back pimples the wrong way, they get really mad at me.
Aww.
We've kind of been hearing whisperings about a possible longer quarantine and a more restricted quarantine, both in our area or in greater areas, like in the United States as a whole. And those might be just completely rumors. And we know that. And we also kind of think, well, say they did mandate everybody stay home for a month. I would just rather be more prepared for that than not, even if that never comes down and we have all this canned food to deal with in a couple of months that we never needed to use, and now we just have it.
Yeah, Jenny was the kind of person that always, like, preparing for every eventuality. Like, we want to make sure that we have like everything mapped out, everything planned, like we're going to be good no matter what happens. Like it shows up in the way she budgets and like the way she's managed like our finances, and she's just like very responsible about like everything and like making sure that everything is going to be provided for should things go south.
Yeah, thank you. And I realized, like, I guess one of my takeaways from this whole thing, as I've seen in the grocery stores I've been at and as I've seen in our personal household, is just like how much, and this, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with this because in a normal course of events this is what works, but just how much we rely on very regularly consuming things from outside of our own household.
Mm-hmm.
And then too, with like some stress put on the system, just how quickly store. I haven't seen any eggs in any store for, I don't know. When was the last time we got eggs? 2 weeks ago? A week and a half ago?
A week or a week and a half ago. Yeah.
And I've been to multiple different stores on multiple different days. And like this last place at Food Max was the only place I've seen toilet paper in that time.
It was a miracle.
And so I'm just really realizing how connected the whole system is. And it's just really been fascinating to see what happens when you put stress on the system, or certain parts of it break down, or something gets altered out of the normal, out of the usual.
Which is why we want to live on a 12-acre homestead somewhere, building our own land, building our own house on our own land with our own water, our own solar power, our own garden.
That's sounding really nice right about now.
Just like,
And that was our goal to begin with. And we've just been looking at each other over the last few days and just being like, damn.
We know why we want
How good does that sound right now?
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that brings us to today.
Yeah. So still beautiful and cozy. It's cloudy out. And, we're building our businesses. I'm building my fitness business. Geneva's looking at building
a budget coaching business.
Yeah.
Because while we are not already millionaires with a cash paid for giant property, house, Teslas, and home solar and water, etc. system, producing all of our own food. While we are not there yet, we are in much better footing than we would have been a few months ago, definitely much better than a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And that is from the work that we have done on our personal finances. And it all starts with having a budget, which is the plan that you use to execute whatever it is you need to do. And
for us, it allowed us to pay $30,000 in debt last year. I'm just going to keep quoting that because it's freaking amazing. $30,000 in debt, and we cash flowed our wedding, which was 10 to 15 grand. Like, we had gifts as well, so it was probably 10 to 20.
No, we did not end up spending every single one of those pennies.
Mm-hmm.
And we, by the miracle of budgeting, ended up having like extra money that we had saved that we didn't spend on the wedding. And so
point is, the budgets are amazing and they'll do wonderful things for your bank account.
Yeah, and I think there's something that they can really provide right now. Like, we have multiple times gone back to our budget. I've been like, Thomas, we need to look at the budget, because I'm like the budget committee chairman, and like
she's the CFO of House Fairman right now.
I'm the one who is kind of nerdy in the way where I like to have my nose in that and my hands on that more regularly than Thomas needs to.
I'm the free spirit. I'm the
and so I typically tell him when it's time for us to check in and drill down on this again, because situations change. Like, I got laid off. Okay, we can't count on the income we thought we would have for me. Thomas's gym is closed temporarily. Okay, we can't count on that income. No, wait, he's gonna get another paycheck at least. Okay, put that back in. Like, things change, and you need to know. At least I need to. I go crazy if I don't
me too.
know.
She's trained me like to the point that when you see the value of the budget, it's like it gives you peace of mind knowing your money is all handled. Like, you don't have to worry about like, oh, do I have that in my account? Oh, sure, yeah, I'll just buy this burrito or whatever.
And then it's like, oh shoot, I have $5 left.
And then you're like depressed, like, oh my gosh, what did I do? You don't have to go there.
Yeah, and that was me for years, and now it's not anymore. So, or when I feel like I might be going there, we have a meeting. We work it out. So anyway, we're starting businesses around big life needs that we see we could assist people with. And today we're kind of taking a day off of like feeling like kind of generating that hustle of like, okay, now's the time, go build it. Like,
yeah, Saturday is rest day.
In our house.
In our house, that's our Sabbath. That's our, day off. That's our like push, put the world outside, like tune in with each other, tune in with God, tune in with like what's going on for us. And that's why we shoot these videos on Saturdays.
Yeah, so that's the plan for today, and we'll keep you with us as we progress through these next weeks in this current situation, and then whatever happens beyond that. So before we end this video, I just think we couldn't make a message like this and not include our wish and hope that just anyone who sees this, that you're doing well, and that no matter what your circumstances are right now, if you're not affected by the disease going around very much, if you are really affected by the disease going around, if you are confident in your finances, if you're not, if you are feeling well and strong and clear about how to take care of yourself, or if you're not,
That's all okay.
I talked too much. I lost my train of thought.
No, that's all okay. And
Yeah.
we just, like wanna just say that we're in it with you, and reach out to the people that are close to you, reach out to your family, stay
Yeah.
close with those that you love.
And do what you need to do to stay sane. And like maybe even if you are building up a business like we are, and you really do want to do that as quickly as you can, but you just got laid off and your cat's missing and you need a day to like lay on the couch, maybe that is the most productive thing you could do.
Yeah, that's perfect. And that's where we'll end it. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. Until next time.